Expectations are high for the new year. So many plans, so many possibilities. So let's set achievable goals with workable strategies. And while you plan, make a commitment to be extra careful on the roads in 2015. So far this year, more than 300 of our brothers and sisters have died on the roads in crashes that could have been avoided. Too many lives, too many families mourning. Today we put road safety center stage with some cold, hard facts from the Transport Ministry's Road Safety Unit. And on the lighter side of things, we'll share some fashion do's and don'ts for those holiday parties. Hello, I'm Oroya Eubanks, and this is Jamaica Magazine. Please stay with us.
When you use the road, you need to be aware of how your action affects others.
I go around the corner. Only to see a man stopping on the big road. But some people are crossing on a blind corner.
When motorists have to stop on the green light to allow people to cross, it creates problems.
People just can't walk out on the road, so man. From a corner, from behind vehicle, they need to be more careful, man.
We have overhead bridges, pedestrian crossings, and crosswalks. Some of them even have signals to tell you when to cross.
People, walk on the sidewalk. If there is none, walk on the right side. And please, if you can't find a pedestrian crossing, make sure the road clear before you cross. Drivers need to drive good.
But pedestrian need to walk good too.
Walk good.
It's called the silly season for a reason. Busy streets, traffic jams, people driving recklessly. Those factors create a very dangerous traffic environment, forcing us to be extremely careful on the roads. On this week's Issues and Answers, the Director of the Transport Ministry's Road Safety Unit addresses the issues head-on.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. It's a time of the year when we have to be particularly concerned about road safety, concerned about what happens on our roads. We have with us today the Director of Road Safety in the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing, Kenute here. He'll be talking to us about the critical issues surrounding that area. We thank you for your company. Kenute, good to have you on the show. I know you're not pleased about the number of road fatalities we have had this year. It was the goal of the ministry to keep road fatalities below 300. We're already above that figure at the time of taping. What went wrong?
Our ability to really get our pedestrians and motorcyclists to keep themselves safe on the network. This is a situation whereby over 50% of the persons killed belong to that category of road user. Now, that category of road users are considered to be vulnerable road users. And with them is also the pedal cyclists. So pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pedestrians, those three combined together are known as vulnerable road users. And for the most part, their vulnerability has to do with their inability, for the most part, to withstand any form of pressure from a motor vehicle in case of a traffic crash. Yes. For the case of a pedestrian, once a pedestrian is involved in a crash involving a truck or a bus, the pedestrian absorbs 100% of the speed of that bus and of that truck. However, for a motor car, the pedestrian absorbs about 90% of the speed of that car. And the reason for that is that the pedestrian at some point in time would end up being on the bonnet of the car. Yes. And then before they are thrown off, so they absorb a percentage of the speed of that car. Yes. Now, it is that speed that creates the imbalances and create the deaths of these road users. Because remember, once a pedestrian is thrown off the vehicle, their head end up hitting the asphalt. Yes. And at that speed, whether it be 90 to 100% of the speed, that's what your head would hit the asphalt. Yes. And that causes serious head injuries. And thus, both them and the motorcyclists go experience that. they are not in a cage like a car. You're in a cage, and the car is built with crumple zones to absorb energy in case of a collision. So they are very, very vulnerable, and the bones of our bodies are not made at all to withstand a collision above 30 kilometers per hour. Once the speed of the vehicle goes above 30 kilometers, the probability of the pedestrian being killed starts to increase. At 50%, at 50 kilometers per hour, studies have shown that the probability of a pedestrian being killed is 50%.
Yes.
At 80 kilometers per hour, the probability of a pedestrian being killed is 100.
So
Right.
what can the pedestrians do?
It's
And
important.
they are careless drivers, but you're saying even with the careless drivers, there are some things that the pedestrians can do to protect themselves.
Yes. For the most part, over 75% of these pedestrian deaths are due to the pedestrian inappropriate behavior.
Also, the pedestrians themselves.
Yes.
It's not these careless drivers
No.
that run into the pedestrians.
No, not.
That's interesting.
That's a minute percentage.
75%.
Yes. And it has to do
Pedestrians' behavior.
with them stepping out on the network without due care, or just wanting to cross the road. Running across road. And remember, the human being, our eyes have been designed with some serious deficiencies. We cannot at all, under any circumstances, look at a motor vehicle
Estimate with
and
it.
estimate the speed and the distance.
Well, it's counterintuitive
it's not.
because even you're saying it,
you-
no, I
you-
say, but I can
You,
estimate. I
you
feel like
cannot,
I'm
you
hearing.
don't know. You may say 20 kilometers there, and then you find the vehicle at the feet, and then you ask, oh, the vehicle is there. So, because we are unable to do it. So what we should be doing, it's critical. We must look right first.
Look right.
Left, right again, before we attempt to cross any road. We should ensure the vehicle stop. Yes. This bolting across the road, it has caused the deaths of 70% of the 97 pedestrians who have been killed so far.
70%.
Right?
Miscalculated.
We are not good at it. And the studies have shown human beings not good at it. Our
estimating.
ability to judge speed and distance,
Yes.
not good. Right? Now, what pedestrians also need to understand is that you can see the vehicle up to 200 meters away. But the driver in that vehicle won't be able to see until he's about 50 meters. Or if he's not distracted, he may not even see you. Right? Now, and the reason for that is that there's a section of our eye known as the fovea. Now, if the object is not on our fovea, we are not able to see it. Right? So just like I can't see anybody to my left because I'm focusing on you. Right? So I won't be able to see anything out here. Right? So it therefore means that drivers need to understand this, and pedestrians also need to understand. Inside of the motor vehicle, there are also some blind spots. Right? Those A-pillars, those pillars in the vehicle also is a challenge to drivers. So drivers themselves have some serious limitation. So oftentimes when we analyze these collisions, the drivers would say, we never see the pedestrians.
Yes.
And sometimes
lying.
person will say the drivers
Lying,
are lying.
yeah.
No, the studies have shown it. If the object is not in the fovea, right, that part of the eye, it is, we won't be able to see.
Take the break at this point. It's always so fascinating to hear Kenute here speak about these issues. He knows them so well. And there are so many important things that he is saying that could save our lives. He has more to tell us when we come back from a short break.
What are you doing to help the fight against crime?
Sitting on the corner, minding your own business, definitely not going to work.
It is time for us to unite.
Unite.
Unite for change.
Citizens coming together to make their respective communities safer. The police, schools, public health, business, churches, NGOs, parents and neighborhood watch volunteers.
As we, the police, do our job,
We as citizens need to do our part as well.
Report crimes or even suspicious activities.
Let's all work together.
As one united front against crime.
And make Jamaica the place of choice to
Live, work, raise families, and do business.
Unite for Change, an initiative of the Ministry of National Security.
Welcome back. Director of Road Safety Kenute here talking to us about road fatalities, what we need to do to save our lives. So pedestrians have to do more to protect themselves.
Yes.
And 75% of the deaths of pedestrians is due to their own behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the key things that pedestrians need to look out for, be careful about?
Well, apart from crossing at those designated locations,
Yeah.
pedestrian crossings, and ensuring that vehicles stop before you cross the road, where there exist sidewalks, they should be used.
Okay.
And should not be walking in the road at all. Where there are no sidewalks, you should really, as best as possible, walk on the right-hand side of the road so that you are facing the vehicle, so that the driver can see you, right? A critical thing that pedestrians also must address is the whole issue of impairment. Walking under the influence of text messaging, walking under the influence of cell phone must be a no-no.
True?
Yes.
You know, walking
the
at
same way
right.
drivers must not drive under the influence of cell phone and text messaging, is the same way pedestrian must not do it. You need to be focused in the traffic environment. You're on
But
the
if I'm
phone,
on a, but if I'm
you're
on,
the
on
phone.
a sidewalk, I
You're
safe
on
enough.
no, you're on the phone. You need to be focused. You need to keep yourself focused. If you have to make the call, just stop and make the call, right?
When I walk on,
Don't walk, because what will happen, you'll find yourself drift off into the road, and you don't know when you're reaching the road, right? So you want to eliminate that. Remember Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go. So let us prevent what can go wrong, what can happen. We have to be proactive, we can't wait until things happen, right? So let us just stop, take the call, send a text message, and then we'll move on. Other thing that pedestrians must do, this thing of drinking, right, and walking.
Yes.
It's not a good idea. If you're under alcohol, we're not going to advise you to walk under the influence of alcohol, right? Because again, impairment begins immediately. Once you put in alcohol in your system, impairment, and you want to reduce those risks. It's risky to do it. You're under the influence of alcohol. You step out in the road.
Man have a few drinks, I'm not a car. What the man not do? The man have to take bus and go home.
Yes, but
but you know.
But have somebody to help you out, right? True. Because we have had cases.
At least we need to know.
We have had cases of pedestrians under the influence of alcohol step out in the road.
Yeah, true.
And have been hit.
Yes, that's true.
At night, we have a penchant to wear dark-colored clothes.
True.
Right?
People
and
don't see you.
that pose challenges for the drivers. Right? We want to wear light color clothing at night so that we are more visible, right? We want our adults to join that train. And one thing we want adults to do too is where you have the children in the household and the children come home and said that the road safety message has been given to them, that they must wear light color clothing. Parents, please, listen to the children, right? Because the children provide us with feedback. Listen to the children. They are being empowered through ourselves and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We have a mandate which we take very serious. We're not compromising on it, to empower our children as it relates to road safety, both at the primary level and at the secondary level. And of course, we try to instill in them the proper way of using the road network, right? Because 97 persons have been killed who were walking on the road, and in a lot of instances that could have been cut.
Okay. Road conditions. People say a lot of these accidents happen because the roads are too bad. Government now do enough work. What do you say about that? Government keep the road full. What the facts show?
90% As a matter of fact, let me get more specific. 297 of the persons killed in Jamaica.
Yeah, last year.
This year?
This year, 2014.
Died because of inappropriate behavior of the human being.
Is that so?
Yes.
Nearly all of those who died.
The other person.
Is their behavior.
Human behavior.
We're sensitive. But
a multiplicity of issues.
Yes.
Excessive speeding. Failure to keep traffic lane. But for the motorcyclists, inappropriate braking, inappropriate turning, speeding, not wearing seatbelt, not wearing helmet, stepping out into the road.
Not road conditions.
Human behavior. The other is vehicle defects. Defective brake, defective tires. Not one of these fatalities that has occurred since the start of this year were due to potholes.
Not one.
Not one. Not one were due to bad road conditions. The crashes are occurring on the nicely laid roads, nicely asphalted roads. And people are speeding on them and carrying out inappropriate maneuver. So none of these persons killed so far this year. That is not to say that we are not concerned about the condition of the roads, right? And a lot of work has been done to ensure conditions are maintained.
Yes.
Signs are put up, and the National Works Agency presently doing a lot of road markings across the country. But we appeal to motorists.
Yes.
Not to speed.
Yes.
Right? Because it has a deleterious effect on our mind, our soul, on our spirit.
So, yes,
whenever there is a collision, there are 3 crashes that is occurring. The first one is that the vehicle collide with another vehicle or some object, whether it be a wall or light pole or a curb, etc. That's the first one.
Yes.
Then the second one is the human collision. Our bodies tend to want to collide with the interior of the motor vehicle. So our bodies want to head to the dashboard, to the steering column, to the windscreen, to the A pillar, to the B pillar, or to other passengers who sit beside us in the motor vehicle. That one is serious. But there's a final one, the third one. And this is the one that determines whether you or me survive that collision. That is the internal organs colliding with each other now. So we're traveling at 80 kilometers per hour in a motor car, weighing about 1,900 kilograms. And we're pressing. We are dissipating 1 million joules worth of energy. 1 million. Just by driving your car at that. Now, energy is neither lost, never lost. It goes nowhere. All it does is transfer itself to all different forms of energy. Potential, kinetic, mechanical, all those forms, chemical, sound energy, all types of energy. Now, that speed at 80 kilometers per hour, our eyes, our nose, our ears, our eyeglasses, the umbrella that we have on the dashboard that we should not have, nothing should be on your dashboard. It should be level because they become missiles in case you have to brake suddenly or in case of a collision and can create damage. So when the vehicle traveling at 80, every organ in our body is traveling at 80 also. So when the crash occurs at 80, everything is going to bang at 80. So just imagine the rib cage and the heart banging at 80. Who is going to win? Somebody is going to get punctured. Nobody is going to win. And that is why we encourage person not to speed.
Yes.
Because we know.
Dramatically explained.
We know that it is that internal organs collision.
It is most
that
deadly.
is the most deadly form of collision.
Yes.
And coupled with the fact that we're not wearing the seatbelt.
Yes.
Right? That even compounded. And the fact that we have airbags in motor vehicles that will help to cushion that. Because it's the energy you want to reduce.
We're going to bring it back. I gave you dramatic. Man has given you dramatic here now. What else you need to desist from speeding? Ken Youth here is Director of Road Safety in the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing. We hope you will heed what he has said. Next week I'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
Employers, tired of waiting in long lines at the tax office? Wait no further. Government is making it easier for you to pay taxes. As of January 1, 2015, file your employer's annual returns online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the mandatory electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
This is the week for parties. Many events to usher in the new year. Up next, fashion experts show you how to put your best foot forward at those shindigs and a little advice for styling on a budget in 2015.
We understand the challenging economic times, so we've decided to give you tips on how to stay fashionable on a budget. We've enlisted the help of Garmix Heart Academy graduate Kishan Hawthorne. He'll be teaching us how to stay stylish. So Kishan, what do we have today?
Well, Kerry, today we have 3 amazing looks for the lady on the go. The first one is a corporate lady who has the after work jam. So we're going to tune it up a little bit, right? Yes. So lose the jacket, lose the pumps, and just add a statement neck piece. Just enhance the look.
Nice, Kishan, I like the look. But what about the woman who's transitioning from a semi-formal type setting to a family gathering?
Well, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. She just lose the jacket and lose the pumps and just add a simple, nice flat shoes and just put on a nice accessory just to jazz it up a little bit more. To look funky and look flirty at the same time.
I really like that look, especially the cut of the dress. What's that called?
The asymmetric cut, which is the style line of the dress.
Style line. I learned some things today. All right, so you know it's Christmas and we're always having formal events. How do you switch it up from workwear to a formal function?
The lady is wearing an outfit that is suitable for the office wear, but yes, still she can change it from workwear to a formal function. Just lose the jacket, just add a pearl earring, just add a puffy skirt, but yes, still you're going to look well designed for the function.
Kishan, I'm loving all the looks, the flirty look, the semi-formal look, the formal look. I really like it. No, but don't laugh at me. You can't just leave me. What about me, right? You can't leave me high and dry.
Yourself, man. You're on the Kishan. The only thing you just need to do is just spice up your makeup more. And that's it for you. So
Kishan just mentioned makeup. Nicola Johnson is going to be giving us makeup tips to go with the fabulous styles. All right, Nicola, thank you. All right, you saw all the styles, the formal, semi-formal, and so on. How do we change the look from day to evening?
All right, well, Carrie, the first thing we want to do is focus on the eyes and the lips. Once you have the eyes popping with the lips, then we have a complete look for the evening. Being that they're already made up from in the morning, we already have powder on, so we just dab a little powder on, brighten the eyes, brighten the lips. For the first model, with her gold accessory, what I would do is add a little more gold eyeshadow on, being that she already had that on. Okay. Pop in a little darkness on the outer corner of the eyes, and add a popping red lipstick to go with that. Okay. The second model, which is the flirty look. Yes. Right, for that, she has a pink jacket on. I would go with a more burnt orange lipstick to pop with her hair color along with her jacket, and the eyes are fine.
All right, what about the third look, the formal look?
For her complexion, I would go with a more plum look. She already has a plum liner on, so I would brighten the plum lips with the liner. She don't need to go and buy a lipstick for that, and add some clear gloss. And then for the eyes, she can go more with a smoky look.
Loving the ideas, and hopefully one day I can actually work them in, for myself. We're looking now at the woman on a budget. What are some of the must-have products that she should have in her makeup bag?
Yes, Carrie, everybody we know is on a budget. Definitely. So in our little bag, we want to have a face powder. If we don't wear face powder, then we can use oil blotting sheets, a lip liner, which we can use with some gloss rather than buy a lipstick. We can use an eyeliner to intensify the look, like a black liner, blue liner, whatever choice you choose.
Okay. Oh, simple.
And also, let me comment on the eyeshadows. If we're going to intensify the eyeshadow, we can use our fingertips to put it on. We can use a Q-tip to blend. As you know, we're on a budget, so we don't need to go out and buy an expensive brush. And we can get all these things from the drugstore or pharmacy.
Thank you so much, Nicola. The tips were fabulous. Thank you. All right, so we've moved from clothes to makeup. Now, accessories. A visit to your local accessory store would yield affordable earrings, necklaces, rings, and the like. But do you want to stand out on a budget? Why not try the extraordinary and made-in-jail brand of accessories? They're one-of-a-kind handcrafted pieces from the women of the Fort Augusta Correctional Center, and they're affordable. Be sure to call to get your set. I hope our little session gave you some ideas on how to be fashionable on a budget. Until next time, happy shopping.
Don't take your safety for granted this Christmas season. The police, we have increased our visibility. We will be out in the public spaces in your communities, serving, protecting, and reassuring you. Report all suspicious activities to the police. All the best for 2015 from the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Chikungunya is a viral infection transmitted when an Aedes aegypti mosquito bites an infected person and then bites someone else. Symptoms include high fever, headache, joint pain, muscle pain, and rash. If you suspect that you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol. Infants, children under 5 years old, pregnant women, the elderly, persons with sickle cell, and chronic illnesses such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease are at risk for more severe symptoms and must see a doctor for proper evaluation and monitoring. Fortunately, most cases of CHIKV are mild, but if your symptoms worsen, you need to see a doctor. For more info, call 1-888-1-LOVE from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That number again, 1-888-663-5683.
This is where we leave you for today. Our programs are online at jis.gov.jm. You may also watch on our YouTube channel, Watch JIS. Sound off on social media platforms or send us an email at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. Jamaica Magazine returns to your television screen tomorrow on this station. I'm Arroyo Eubanks. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.